Hi, I'm Michele Vasquez, and I'm going to be giving my narrative speech, and I'm going to let my audience introduce themselves.
Hello, my name is Victoria Moore. I'm 21 years old, and I am Michele's daughter.
Hello, my name is Edgar. I am 21 years old as well, and I am her son-in-law.
Hello, my name is Billy Moore. I'm 20 years old and I'm her son.
You had to think about that one.
Hello, I'm Mike. I'm 47. I'm Michelle's lover and friend.
You are so not. You're banned from my
Hi,
narrative.
I'm Kelly Jones. I'm 45 years old, and I've been Michelle's best friend since we were 12, so 33 plus years.
And that was her husband prior to.
And yes, that was my husband.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. I actually have everybody sitting around my dinette table, so they will. We're kind of in a U shape, so you know where I'm looking, how they're seated. We've got two on this side, one ahead of me, and then two on this side over here. And we'll go ahead and get started. Okay. Well, for some of us, the fear of going back to school makes us physically ill. You doubt yourself, put yourself down, make yourself believe that you can't do it or you're not smart enough. And more often, people who have been out of school many years have the biggest fear of not wanting to go back. Such as myself. I'd been out of school for about 20 years and went back. And again, for the younger kids, I guess maybe they just don't feel like going back because they think it's not the correct time or they just hated school and don't really want to go back. Well, today what I'm going to do is share my experiences on going back to school, not once, but twice. Again, 20 years ago, and then returning 5 years again. And don't get me wrong, I had challenges. Many challenges, obstacles in my path, fears, you name it, it was all there. Mostly I had accomplishments. Those are the things I remember the most. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and get started. And again, this was all new to me, so I had no idea whatsoever what was laid ahead for me. First of all, I actually went back to school, like I said, 20 years ago. I was in the nursing program, and I was scared to death. I had, again, been out of school for quite some time, and I guess my fears were, I'm going back to school with people that are half my age, and I'm thinking, oh my God, they're going to make fun of the old lady in school. They just don't want me there. So I was really nervous about that. I was older, I was heavy set, which I still am, and I was scared to death. Didn't know what I wanted to do. And then, again, I had no idea at all how to submit college level papers. 12-point font, double-spaced. What was that? It was a foreign language to me. So I was really scared. And then we had study skills, which had cobwebs probably all over those. Not really, but you know what I mean. I could not remember anything. I was so nervous. I was afraid I was going to forget something. And then I'm a perfectionist on top of it. So then I had to actually make sure that I had everything correct and go over it and re-go over it and again and again. And you know how that goes. It's just never-ending cycle. So then what I just told myself is you can do this, and I just shut everything out. I went for it and decided, okay, I'm going to get my LPN license. Then came the challenges. That was probably the most overwhelming. I had homework due about twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, where you actually had to go to the hospital and do clinicals. I was in clinicals, so I had to go to the hospital and do what were called minis on the people that I was assigned to at the hospital. And that included going and pulling their chart, looking to see what all they were in for, what their disease was or their ailment, what medications they were on, 2 classifications, and 2 side effects of each of those medications. And your instructor would stand there and watch you do this. Then came the math tests. In order to give meds, you actually had to get a 10 out of 10 on your math score. You had to have a perfect score. So that was kind of nerve-wracking by itself. Then there came my family life. My kids were getting into trouble. My older kids, I would drop them off at school, and they were going out the back door. They were skipping school, not doing what they were supposed to. And then my personal life, my marriage was falling apart, which actually ended up in divorce. So again, I was surprised I made it as far as I did, and then I find out that the instructors had actually had a bet saying I wouldn't make it as far as I did. They thought that I would end up quitting way sooner before because we'd lost about half of our class, girls that were freshly out of high school, and I was raising 4 children and working full-time and going to school full-time. So they were shocked that I made it that far. Well, with my accomplishments, I did make the dean's list. I did have a perfect 4.0 for a couple quarters. I was accepted as a member into the Phi Theta Kappa sorority, which was kind of exciting. And then again, I was in clinicals, had been there. I had 6 weeks left to my finals. And my instructors had a bet, like I said, from the beginning that I wouldn't even have made it that far. So I was pretty happy with myself that I had made it that far. So then again, after that, I just kept on and kept trying. So again, I was working full-time, going to school full-time, and raising 4 small children also. I did quitting, had to quit due to my divorce to raise my family. And again, about 15 years later, I am back again, and this time I will succeed. It may have taken me a while, but I will actually get my degree this time in the healthcare field. I'm actually looking at going into sonography. And again, that's why you should never give up on yourself. Always stay focused, even if it takes you longer than anticipated. Never give up on you. Life has its ups and downs, but again, never give up. You can achieve anything you set your mind to. You can accomplish anything, but don't make excuses. That seems to be the biggest downfall. Don't make excuses. If you want it, you can achieve it. And with determination and hard work, you can get what you want out of life. But again, most important, never give up on you. And that sums it up. I want to thank all you guys for coming together for me and being here. Thank you.